Hey, 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 what's going on? What's going on? What's coming up on high noon on the last day of a weary month? Weary. All right. So what do we got today? Today we got SPY moving up here, and we got oil going up here. At one point, we had both going up at the same time. But every time we get this move to the upside, the crude starts to take over and start lifting again. All right, so Spy's been they've been sending armies up all day, and they've been sent back home all day. So the Nasdaq will start there. All right, so on the NQs. We made a nice big move to the upside here on the day now on the 4 hour, right? We got all the way up to 23,854. My number was 23,717, something like that. So we're coming back inside right now. So they still got a little flavor for stocks, and I don't know why. Okay, I really don't know why. All right, but I have been nudging. All right, so here's where we are right now. We're kind of holding our gains here pretty good too, up 2.82% up on the day. All right, go to the MYMs on the cash. All right, diamonds a little bit lazier. All right, diamonds came up. Now they come back inside here. So we got the 2-1 inside right now, trying to get back up again. All right, so there's your 4 hour in there. We just got that new flip. All right, so we'll see if anything happens there. Diamonds, XLV still pretty good, but a lot of our sectors are just kind of like mixed bags. So when you get this mixed bag action, you know, it's gonna be messy. All right, so. But the diamonds overall hanging in there pretty good right now, up $9, over 2% today. All right, and then we go to that QQQ. All right, QQQ now has definitely been leading the charge with the Nasdaq because obviously they're in the same boat. All right, so we'll see if they can hold here. Now they broke a couple of times when they came up, as you can see. You can see better here on the 30s. We were running into exhaustion risk. We kept sending them back home. Now just in this last move here on the 4 hour, all of a sudden we got a little bit of a burst. All right, so 575 now. We have taken out the 3 day. I don't see us getting up to 585 today. All right, unless crude really plunges and comes back down, which right now crude is starting to drop again right now. All right, so we'll see what happens with that. We're getting a little overwhelming right now with the crude coming down and the futures looking for more. All right, so you could go after the 3 day right here, 1 2 tree, but I said that's going to be somewhat difficult. All right, and then it's just really all about crude and futures right now. All right, so what do we got here? Slash CL coming back down right now. All right, you're seeing crude dropping here, down to one par spot. They don't want crude to go down. They want crude to go up, because Iran and the United States make all their money because crude is expensive. Okay, that's not what they want. All right, that is not what they want. All right. So we'll see what that happens. All right, coming back down, crude coming back down right now. All right, and they got XOP. This is a new one I started watching here, Exploration. This one's XOP. It's a $180 stock, so it's not easy to navigate, but 2-2 back down. All right, so crude dropping here now, and you're getting some relief on the futures to the upside. If any group that's good, man, it's got to be the XLKs. Tech is where it's at. All right, we're holding up here on the XLK, looking to take the 2 up here. All right, there you go, up 3.73% to the upside today. All right, and then we look at SMH. All right, SMH a beastie day. All right, up $16, up about $17 here, about 4.66 to the upside. All right, so if this crude keeps dropping, they're gonna feed into this, but I'd be careful with the futures. Okay, I'm still a little nervous about them. All right, so I don't know about chasing these things up here. All right, but right now they're moving. All right, Nasdaq's holding. IWM's coming back up to the highs. So we're being cautiously optimistic. All right, so we'll see what happens. We're 2-1 inside right now, and that kind of slowed the roll down here a little bit on IWM. We'll take a look at our Marvel and our Cisco. Cisco's been all over the road today. Marvel's just been holding strong all day, going back up to the highs now. All right, nice move here. Took the 2 up, and now she's finally starting to back off, as you see, backing off there. All right, so Marvel. Cisco's had a much rougher day today. All right, just all over the map. All right, all over the map. This was that move that just went up and already starting to come back down, as you see. All right, futures are starting to give it up, now coming back down as the crude starts to slowly pick back up again. All right, so that's really where the nerve center of this whole market is right now. It's like where the futures are and where is going on with the tech. All right, and the tech and the XLF was good. Now it just got that move up on that 4-hour and already starting to fall back. All right, so that caused this move to the upside on the 30, and as you can see, they're already retreating, coming back down here a little bit. All right, so nice 2-day up. All right, not taking out a 3-day or anything like that, but got pretty close. All right, so XLF a little better there today. XLV, we talked about that this morning. Your healthcare is 2-1 inside. All right, so kind of stalling out here, coming back inside here. You got a 2-day up. All right, so we'll see what happens with XLV. And then XLP, I just don't know. Mess. Just really, the group is really divided, and this is the reason why it's garbage. All right, it's just like the whole group is just mixed up. So not getting any clear signs. I think the best thing we got going right now is tech, and I think that's where it's at right now. All right? So Microsoft having a better day here. 2 up on the day, down 30% for the year, and nobody wants to talk about it. Nobody wants to talk about Microsoft being down 30% for the year. Tesla, where'd you get to? All right, back up to 370. We had chances down here at 356, but I don't think so, guys. I just don't think so. I think there's probably going to be another, I got to think that the guy that lives in the White House, he still wants some more of that oil money. So I would be surprised if we see another attack on them again and maybe try to shut the lights out, something like that. And then that might break them to the point where they cut a deal. But in the meanwhile, I think the market can make another move to the downside on that move. And I hope that does happen, because that's what we'd like to do. We'd like to find a place where we know is solid ground. Right now, we're not. All right, so this is where we are. All right, so there's your Teslers. They're better today. You know what I mean? They're better today. They're not better for the month. They're not better for the quarter. All right, you got a new quarter coming. We'll see what happens. All right, so there's your move there on your Google. And we talked about that. We talked about Amazon, probably a relief day too. All right, up $8 and change. I'm not shorting these, but I'm looking at the puts. All right, I'm definitely looking at the puts. All right, so Amazon, there you go. And then Meta really big today. Meta had a nice day today, up $32.72. This is the spike up that I talked about. We said we're going to get this big move down, and we're going to get this spike up, and this is what is starting to form right now. We're starting to form this spike, and we'll see how much we get out of this, okay? And then we wait and see for that tumble back down if there is another attack. And if there is not, then crude will come down, and the party will come to an end. And I don't think they want that party to end right now. All right, so that's my thoughts there. Meta, really good day up there today. And what am I missing here? Which one am I missing? Tesla, Microsoft, Apple. All right, Apple got back up to what here? 253, up $6. So you see the move, right? We're all moving back up here. So when I pull up the S&P 500 again on that SPY, here's the move, right? So it should be able to get more than this right now. But if crude starts to intervene like it is doing right now, it's starting to hammer back up again, this is going to stall out. All right, so we look for, you ain't going to get it all in one day either. We're looking for a move that comes back up, and then we get we look for something to happen, a disruption of sorts like we talked about before, and then we get that move back down. That's what we're hoping for in the big picture, okay? That's kind of my big picture, all right? And I'm sure you got your opinions as well. All right, so Oklahoma here, nice day today, trying to come up here, a couple of those nuclear reactors. Again, these are so old, so out far, the 2042, 2043. But I like the fact that I think they could still bring us lower prices from that one. All right, Boeing is now is trading exactly like the S&P 500 now, so you're going to see it move with the move here. All right, so nice day today here, back up. Boeing finally has a decent day, up 3.53%. It takes out the 2-day. Can't quite get the 3-day, but this has been pretty strong today. All right, but as we're starting to see now, as we'll go back to the SPY again here, and you're starting to see what's happening because crude is starting to lift again now. So there's your shooter coming back down now. And then I show you the /CL, and the crude is starting to lift again. Now you're starting to see some hammers go back up again, all right? So we're in this right now, and we're not getting out of this right now. All right, so we'll see. Do not go chasing anything up here. If you have positions, protect what you have. There might be some more room to the upside here, okay? There probably is some more room to the upside. So you can trade it through the futures. You can buy calls. You can sell puts. There's a number of things you can do. We'll see what happens, all right? But right now, we see every time we get that spike on the S&P, we got the crude coming down, and now we got the crude trying to fight back again. All right, so we'll see what happens out of all this. But if I'm going to say anything, I'm going to go with XLK, SMH, definitely with those two. XLF and XLV, they should be better today, but I think they will be. I think they'll get a little bit better here. Diamonds are on slow tick today. And utilities, not much, man. Not much. Can't take out a day. Can't take a day up here on the utilities. So still down on that. Vanguard, some of the real estate stocks, a little bit better here on Vanguard today. That's stuck in the middle now. So these are good, but they're just not, they're not going to drive the market. What's going to drive the market is the industrials. All right, nice day on the industrials, and it's already surrendering on the day, as you see, coming back down. All right, so right now, if you're looking to go to the upside, stick with XLK, stick with SMH. Cisco will come down when they rally, when the crude rallies. But Marvel is just a stud today because it had such good news. All right, so I don't see much pullbacks today in Marvel. Probably get some tomorrow, but today I think was just too good for Marvel. Came on chopping and came out, and it's already starting to come back in a little bit. All right, so. The airlines are holding up fairly well, but they're not going anywhere. And even Walmart and Target and Macy's, I'm watching all three of those, and they've all kind of like gave it up. Walmart came out ripping, and then she just died. All right, so there's your Walmart coming now. There now you're stuck in the middle on the day. And when you're stuck in the middle, that means you're indecision, and that means you're not doing anything and you're not going anywhere. All right, so if you're inclined to want to be in XLK and SMH, look up those names that are in there. Okay, we know what's in there. Cisco's in there, Marvel's in there, Qualcomm's in there. All those names, right? Just looking at across here today, Meta up 33 bucks. App Lovin up $22.76. SMH up 16 bucks and holding up pretty well. All right. So these guys are moving the indices, okay? And then there's these other ones that are lagging behind. And Cisco's one of those stocks. It's lagging, okay? Give me we had that Dell computer. We had news out on Dell computer today. I just don't know about Dell either here. I mean, it looks good, but I don't know if it gets the job done. All right. And look at Dell. Okay. It's not getting it done. All right. That thing was up big. It was news, and it was news this morning. It was up 2.5%. Things and it's nothing doing. Oracle maybe. Oracle just announced that they're going to laying off thousands. I don't know what that number is, but they're calling for thousands on Oracle for layoffs. Look at even Palantir, man. It's just nothing here. It's having a good day today, but where you see what's been going on here. So we're getting a relief. We're getting that move to the upside that comes back down, and the crude will tell us as it goes. All right, unless some bombs go off that we won't know about, and that could easily happen. All right, so on that note, I'm going to leave it there. I probably won't get back to you at the end of the day because on Tuesdays I got busy doing stuff after the close. All right. So if you got any questions, post them in there, man. Give me some feedback. Ask some questions. Please give them to me. I'll add the link for the card for on the YouTube, and then I'll send you a thing for the Discord as well, a link for the Discord. All right. I'd like more feedback from you guys. All right. I want to know where you're at. I want to know what you're doing. I want to know, what you're doing right. Share with me, and I'll share with you. All right. So everybody, be good. Be good.